Hey guys, welcome back to Creativity and Inspiration. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having a great start to your week. Today we are talking about plastic bags, and the focus is mainly going to be on the one-use plastic bags you get if you go grocery shopping, anywhere that uses bags. So that's our focus today. So let's just jump into this video and get started. Okay guys, so these are the bags in question. But we're also going to talk about this type of plastic and the plastic, stickers come in. So let me move the iron out of the way. Now, let's start with this type of plastic, hard plastic. These are great if you want to make a charm out of them. And I've showed you this before, so we're not going to go into a lot of detail, but I have made, you can make a charm like this dragonfly I made using plastic packaging. See? So even bubbled plastic shouldn't be thrown away because there is a use. And we've also talked about using the thinner plastic bags like this. This would be a great bag for creating like a glossy cover over an image. These bags are also great for making pockets, or if you don't have little bags for journals, use packaging bags. In fact, don't spend money on bags. If you buy other types of things that come in little packages like this, use this bag, the cellophane, to clear as your bag in your journal. In fact, when I get something new, I look at what I bought, but I also look at all the packaging and I think, oh, that'll make a bag for the journal. Oh, that cardboard backing will make a great tag or journaling card or tab for a journal. So there's a lot, or mixed media pieces. So there's a lot of things you can do with packaging. This bag in particular is very pretty. It has a shine to it and would look amazing on a page as a double pocket. It could decorate a tag for the holidays because it's silver and sparkly. So just don't discount packaging because it's packaging. Again, here, these little tube parts of this pen could definitely hold, maybe be a little pen holder for a journal. The back has really cool writing. That would make a cool border on a page. So you just have to learn to look at your packaging and your clear bags, not as trash, but as just parts to create with, whether it's mixed media or journals or whatever. Okay, but today we are talking about these things, these bags. And believe it or not, you can do things with these bags as well. And one thing you can do is, believe it or not, you can paint them. It may take 2 or 3 coats, depending on the color of your bag, and it may take it a while to dry, but it is worth investing the time in painting them or dip dyeing them if you want. It just takes time. But after you do that, even gray ones can paint. You just have to think, what color goes with gray? What color is complementary? What color is its next door neighbor? Like the blue really pops. Just think of color theory when you paint a gray bag. But what you can do is cut it open and then cut long strips of bag off, and you have basically a type of fabric strip or a type of yarn if you want. That's right, you could use this like a fabric strip or yarn. Something really cool you can do with them is braid them. All you do is braid like you would fabric or hair or whatever. Cut off, secure your ends. I'm just going to secure it with a paper clip, and then I'm going to braid it. And after you get it braided, oops, my paper clip fell off, but that's okay. Once you get it braided, then you could use it as a tassel. You could use it as a page border. You could use it as the ribbon for a tag. You could use it for whatever you wanted. And the same thing with just a strip. You could crunch it up and sew it onto a page as a border. There are a lot of uses for a paper bag when you cut it into strips like this. I made a Halloween costume of a skater skirt, and I did the same thing. I cut it into strips. The strips were wider, and I tied them around a belt and made a cute little skater skirt for Halloween, because I didn't have money to go spend on an expensive costume. Plus, Halloween costumes are super terrible expensive. And why not use these bags? And then a friend of mine actually borrowed it and is going to wear it this year. So multiple uses out of a single-use bag skirt. But you just braid it, and like I said, trims, handles, ribbon, fabric. You can use this for a lot of things. And when you paint it, you're going to have different colors. Something else you can do is fuse it together. You can cut however big a piece you want. And this doesn't have to just be these single-use bags. It could be frozen food plastic bag too. It'll work for this. But you cut 2 sections, and out of one bag, I can get 2 sections. Now, what I'm about to show you, you don't want to do on painted plastic because it already gives off an odor. You will want to do this on unpainted. But that's okay because you can add interest and color a different way. Okay, so these are the 2 sheets we're going to start with. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go get some baking paper in a second. But what we'll do is we'll take our iron on the hottest setting and we're going to fuse these sheets together. And then you just layer and layer as many layers as you want until you get it the thickness you want. Now, how do you decorate it? There's a lot of options, but first, let's fuse these 2 big sheets together. Let me get my iron heated. No steam, just on the highest setting, dry. No steam with your iron. And let me go get some baking paper. I'll be right back. Okay, my iron is getting hot. I have my baking paper. And you put 1 sheet underneath. Even if you're doing this on an ironing board, because you don't want your plastic melting into your ironing board. So 1 sheet underneath and 1 sheet to cover the top. And then you just iron until your plastic is fused together. And you can check it off and on. So we just iron it together. You can let it sit in places. Again, no steam, just heat. Heat, heat, heat. Hot, hot. the hottest setting on your iron. And this is why you want to make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. It can stink. And you just want to make sure it all gets fused together. Now let's lift it up and check it. And see, those wrinkles mean it's melted together. Oh, well, actually, it hasn't started yet. I don't think my iron is on the hottest setting. Hold on. And if it's not hot enough, bring your iron back and just keep going. You might have to check your temperature. I thought it was on the highest. It was not. And just iron and iron until it starts to melt. Okay, keep ironing. Okay, now let's check it again. Oh yeah, that time, look how it shrank up, right? But now it is fused together. Okay, you can see that. So what do you do once it's melted and fused together? It shrunk up a lot. You see why I started with such large pieces. So once it's like this, what can you do? Well, if you had a pretty, like, say, frozen vegetable bag of plastic, you could melt another layer on here. And that would be your decorative layer. You could paint this. It's a little stiffer now. It's not quite as flimsy. You could add more layers onto this if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. What I'm going to do is, now that this is all shrunk, I'm going to take, you could paint this now if you want to, but I'm going to take a napkin and some Mod Podge. And I'm going to Mod Podge a napkin on this. Then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our one layer of, let me make sure it's one. Yes, our one layer of fishy napkin, and I'm going to Mod Podge it on here. And the Mod Podge will also stiffen it up more, so if you want to create something, you know, that it needs to be really stiff for, you can do that. Totally whatever you want to create. So I'm going to put all my Mod Podge down, and then I'm going to put my napkin. If it rips, it rips. That's the beauty of it, and it gives it texture and movement and interest. Okay, so let this kind of dry for a minute, and then we'll take it to the next thing you can do with our melted plastic. Now, once it starts to dry, what you can do is make this a journaling card. You could make this a border. You could fold it up and make a little wallet for a page. You could make it a belly band, tags. You can make these melted plastic into whatever you want. And you can decorate the outside with paint, with decoupage, with other plastic that you melt on there. It's a lot of options. And the great thing is, you see how much it shrank up, right? So how many bags are you going to use to create what you want? It's a great way for getting rid of single-use bags. Now let's do more layers. What we'll do is we'll fold 4 layers of this plastic together just like that. I'm just going to cut off the handles and kind of make it a little square. Okay, and while we do this, we'll let our fish dry. And then again, all we're gonna do is get everything out of the way. All we're gonna do is put our 4 layers of plastic underneath between our baking paper again. This time we're doing 4 layers in a square, and we're doing the gray bag. Just gonna kind of flatten it out. And then we're gonna take our iron on our hottest setting, no steam, and we're just gonna start ironing. And because we have it layered, it's going to take a little bit longer. But you just do it the same way. Now the white, we did 2 layers. Now we're doing 4 layers. Okay, I think it's probably good enough. Now, there is our 4 layers all melted together. You got some really cool texture, almost like snake skin or elephant or alligator skin. This would be great for a mixed media piece. If you wanted to do an animal, like an elephant, look how cool that is. You could also use it if you wanted to make a purse, you know, maybe you were doing a fashion journal and you wanted to use it for a purse. Mixed media. So besides making strips of fabric, you can melt plastic, the single-use bags, and create a wallet. You could create journals. You could make bookmarks out of this, whatever you wanted, and decorate it however you want to. And the possibilities are endless. And every time you do it, you're gonna get a different look to it. Look at the back of this one. It has more of a swirl pattern in it than the gray. I got more of a snake skin, a pebbly skin. So it's pretty cool, and it's all, thank you, and it's all different. So anyway, that's just a cool way to do it. This one I'm gonna sew and make like a little alligator coin purse looking thing. So let me sew the sides together real quick. And there is your little coin purse. Pretty cute. You can put buttons or whatever you want in there. And again, you could put this on in a journal, on a mixed media piece, whatever. The possibilities are endless, and it's a great way to use up single-use bags. Tags, journals, whatever you want, you can create. It folds, it bends, you can sew it. Mixed media, and that. And don't forget all of our little packaging bags. They can take the place of buying sacks and save money. You've already bought them. Why not use all parts? Hey guys, I forgot to do an outro for this video, so I just wanted to say I hope you like it. I hope I gave you some ideas what to do with all the single-use bags you get, and with a lot of the packaging too. I mean, I've already done a video about that, and I linked it in the video itself. If you like the video, thumbs up please. Also, don't forget, if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and the little bell so you don't miss out. And leave me a comment below. What are some ways you use those single-use bags? Take care. I'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.